Hi, welcome. This has been, I think, the longest between patch day and when I've actually got to play the patch that I think I've ever had in Final Fantasy XIV, all the way back since 1.0. It is the 27th of, I was going to say June then. No, 27th of May today, and I'm finally getting to play patch 6.4 content because I've been really busy this week, and on patch day, when I got home from work, I had no energy. Zero energy whatsoever to do any kind of recording, let alone putting on a camera and sitting in front of that for however many hours this MSQ is going to be. So, without further ado, because I've been waiting for this all week and have so far managed to avoid spoilers, because generally speaking, the FF14 community is pretty good about posting spoilers or not posting spoilers on Tinterwebs for at least the first couple of weeks. But to be fair, I've even if there are spoilers there, I've not had time to go on Twitter and stuff. So, Vishan, hurrying Favour. Vishan's eyes light up when he sees you. Oh, I need to remember how I do the voices, don't I? Demajen, 'tis good to see you. Have you any news from old Charlian? Ooh, that reminds me. Need to unplug my controller. Because apparently, PlayStation controllers are causing issues with game sound. This is a bit of an issue. And actually, I heard about this on Tuesday, which is one of the reasons why when I got home, it's like, well, I don't actually feel a burning desire or need to record MSQ because it might break. And that would ruin the experience for me. I mean, it might still break. I don't know. Ever since they changed over to this immersive sound pack thing, which I have, I got it. It's just been updated to 2.0. I can't say I really noticed much of a difference with it. The audio stuttering that we got without it is kind of lessened, but I won't say entirely gone. Anyway, any news from old Charlian? We've yet to hear from Mishtola regarding her search for a means to return to the void. I must confess that her silence has left me feeling restless. Nor am I alone in this. Estinian has such an excessive energy that he has been helping to train our soldiers with nary a grumble. As for Zero... Speak of the devil and she shall appear? Yeah, there we go. Sliding along. Is something the matter? No. No. Demajen paid us a visit, and so I was apprising her of recent developments, or the lack thereof. Are you heading somewhere? Aye, to replenish my ether. Time for food? Would you join me for dinner? Would you like to come? Look at her character development. Apparently there's a lot of people that really don't like Zero. They don't like this string of patches as a whole. They think it's dull and boring. And to these people I say, you have just come off the back of a decade worth of story building. Don't set your expectations so high. A rare but most welcome invitation. Timely too, I might add. I myself was thinking of venturing out into the city. It would be my pleasure to join you. You will accompany us, of course. I thought she was asking us, not you. Come then. I have an errand to run at the bazaar first. Bum, bum, ba, 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 ba. Ahem. Yes, when it comes to writing, take it from somebody with actual experience of this, you cannot maintain the Shadowbringers / Endwalker Not quality, because there's been nothing wrong with the quality of the writing, regardless of what you may think. The quality of the writing has been fine. Has it been the most novel or new or unusual? No. But the actual quality of the writing is fine. The dialogue is fine. The pacing and the plotting is fine, albeit stretched as it is over monthly or quarterly patches, which I do feel is a detriment to any storytelling when it's spread thin. Or no, not spread thin, spread out like that. The episodic. You know, this is why I much prefer the expansion stuff, because you get a lot of story in one big chunk. And Endwalker, of course, had, was it 30% more story than any other patch? The issue is, if you're writing a series, say, that you cannot maintain the finale levels of tension for the entire next season. You just can't do it. It doesn't work. It leads to a sense of unending escalation that a writing team cannot keep pace with. Now, has this been my favourite story that FF14 has done? No. It's a little bit derivative of Final Fantasy IV, which admittedly is a really good game and one of my favourites. Have they been the most dynamic and exciting characters in comparison to, say, Emmett Selk, or La Hebrea, or Elidibus? No. Is Zero better or worse, more interesting or less interesting than our regular cast of ensemble characters? I can't say she's much different, to be honest. If people are looking for her to be, I don't know, the next Emmett Selk, well, that's not her role in the story, is it? You know, Emmett was a distinctly superlatively written character. Zero is designed to be flat and emotionless. Now, you could argue that maybe that wasn't a good choice, but you can't say she's badly written because of that choice. She's still well written. She's doing exactly what her role in the story is, and we are seeing developments of her character. Ooh. As we go. Why is my computer dying? Why is my computer dying? Hold on. Yeah, why am I running at 50 FPS? Hold on. Have I... Let's turn that down. Yeah, something is really weird with OBS when recording FF14. I recorded the Mandeville stuff the other day, and it was having a mare there. I don't know what's going on. It's I don't know whether it's something to do with the update or... Well, no, it was not something to do with the update because it was happening before I updated to 6.4. Probably a Windows 11 thing. Anyway, yeah, the actual story of 6.1 through 6.3, because I don't know what 6.4's is like. It's an interesting one. I've ran past the Ethernet shard, haven't I? Whilst talking. Let's go. I assume she's over at... Oh no, she's actually in the bazaar. Let's go to the Ethernet plaza. Yeah, I get that this story isn't for everybody, but, I mean, there are a lot of people that think that Endwalker's story isn't very good in comparison to Shadowbringers. I'm not one of those people. I think it's very much on a par in terms of experience. There's a vantage point there. I'm still struggling with frame rate. What is going on? This was working absolutely fine earlier, Have I got something running in the background that shouldn't be? Yeah, I'm normally running at like 100 plus frames a second in FF14. So something's clearly booked. This is just what I wanted. When I finally got time to sit down and record this damn stuff. Let's get on with the story. A merry merchant! I'm picking up some more spice. My head told me to do so before my next visit. Mistress here is quite the tolerance, you see. The sisters know we Anish are fond of spicy food, but I doubt any of us could keep up with her. With just the spices they normally have on hand, the Mahane can't quite satisfy her, which is why I'm happy to provide what they need to achieve more rigorous flavours. Now then, might have been the spice. Alive. Perhaps you'd like to choose something extra to blend with Mistress Zero as usual. It'll help to keep things interesting. What do you say? Fine by me. You can appreciate the nuances of this world's sustenance far better than I can, I expect. A selection of spice. A colourful array of spices peer out from hempen sacks. The aromatic black corns. The corns tickle your nose with their pungent yet enticing aroma. One can imagine them lending dishes an appetizing accent. Black pepper for me! Ah, that's a fine choice. But don't take my word for it. Here, have a taste. Zero may wish to observe your reaction. It would be considerate to sample the spice in her presence. Okay. You tentatively place some of the spice on your tongue. An intense and aromatic heat fills your nostrils. Your reaction speaks volumes. That will suffice then. Always a pleasure, Mistress Zero, and do give my regards. You'll have to excuse me if I stumble over some words today. You can probably tell that I'm Oh, I thought I'd hit an invisible wall there. There's actually a cart. My voice is a bit croaky because it was the last day of term yesterday. And, well, you've almost all certainly had the last day of school in whatever place of education you have been to. It's always fun for your teachers. Honest. Do.
My usual, please. But with this spice.
Oh, look at that! Holding a bag to hand over.
Of course, Zero. It would be my pleasure.
I bet it would.
Well now, this is enough to make a whole kettle of your special curry.
Curry.
I don't need that much.
Rest assured, it's easy enough to make a serving just for you. Or we could make the kettle and share it. There would be enough not only for your companions but other diners as well. I dare say everyone will be delighted.
Very well. A full kettle, then.
Kettle o' curry.
Excellent. We'll prepare it at once.
How
And
did-
for your excellency and our esteemed adventurer,
How does she
are
get
you happy to try a bowl of
any
spicy
work
curry?
done
We
in a
can make
kitchen
yours milder
with
if
these
you prefer.
gauntlets? Mild? Me? No!
Grateful though I am for the offer, I cannot fully appreciate the flavor with this vessel. Another time.
More curry for me.
Do not hold back on my account, my friend. Eat and enjoy.
Well, we've seen Mini Vashon eating before, haven't we? Although I suppose the point is the flavour. I'll have His Excellency's helping.
Understood. Please, make yourselves comfortable.
If I receive a debuff for the next quest because of this choice. No. Demajen Blackthorn can hold her spice. Unlike me. These chairs look really uncomfortable.
To see you taking to life in Radzatan, Zero. In the area of our cuisine, not least of all.
Mm-hmm.
Spicy dishes have long been favored in our sultry clime for their ability to whet the appetite and cool the body. Of course, spices also have the effect of preserving foods, which makes them highly coveted in foreign lands.
Education with Final Fantasy XIV.
All of this has given rise to a thriving spice industry, and the wealth it brings has allowed our nation to prosper while maintaining its neutrality.
See.
So you trade your spices? Seems rather more complicated than trading in ether.
Well, yes.
In the beginning, this land was no more than refuge for me. But now it is my home, and the people of Radzatan my beloved children.
Did I not update the hair? Did I?
Together, we build this vibrant nation. And naught would please me more than to show it to my sister one day.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I need to click. Just sitting there.
Vibrant. Rubicante said the same when he described this world.
Well, yes, you're coming from... Mind you, the 13th isn't exactly an unpretty place. It's full of very vibrant colours. Purples and blues and pinks and dark hues of many sorts. But it's not quite the material.
A reminder of all that has been stolen from us. What many who remember doubtless yearn to take back.
Mm-hmm.
Our home is a lost cause. Our only choice.
What is it?
Begin anew.
Oh, and that's the active question, isn't it? And has been all the way through from 6.1 onwards. Well, I mean, even earlier. Is the 13th a lost cause? You know, it has been more completely consumed by the darkness than the first was with the light. There was still a small, tiny bastion of life left on the first. And, of course, the 13th has been gone, consumed a lot longer than the first was. Is it recoverable? Or, as Rubicante says, is it utterly lost? A lot of the hints of the story have been to, there may yet be a way to save it. But of course, saving the day with the power of friendship is it's the Final Fantasy way. But if you pull that card too often, it gets stale, and that is the danger of having a storyline that's gone on so long, essentially.
In this world, where we may reclaim our mortality.
And the staleness of an endless existence, you know, that's part of the issue as well.
Nonetheless, it's wrong to damn another to save yourself. As I told Rubicante, as I found myself moved to speak. I still do not understand what made me feel this way, nor what compels you mortals to help one another. But I hope to someday.
We too hope that you will find the answers you seek.
Existential questions. We all have them. We could all do with the answers to them.
What's going on?
Uh-oh.
What's happening?
Oh, it's food time.
Compliments of Mistress Zero, the Satrap's honored guest. We are serving a special curry for anyone who wishes to partake.
We're going to kill everybody.
It is not for the faint of heart.
Oh, by all means, I'd welcome the challenge.
Daring diner.
Sisters have mercy. The smell alone is
It burns! It burns!
The animation team's maybe.
To maintain the facade, the alchemists ensured that my vessel was capable of
Oh dear.
consuming food.
But I think I'll pass.
However, I fear Hero's curry would test the limits of their design.
Does the inside of his mouth glow blue?
Apologies for the delay. Please relax.
After that display, is that likely?
Relax. I don't have time for that. I've been waiting for this. Come. Let's replenish our ether.
Yes, not. Om nom 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 nom. Half the place is passed out. Oh, we managed it. My whole life flashed before my eyes and it was exhilarating. It's like the Shadowbringers trailer all over again.
I shall have Merit prepare a meal for us to take to Estinian. I suspect he too is over.
That's a nice looking drink.
Replenishment.
Is that a milkshake with kind of caramel fudge cubes in? Now I want a milkshake.
By this hour, he will have retired to his chambers at Magaduta. Come, let us pay him a visit.
Yes, let's go and murder him with curry. A slightly sly smile for Demajen there. Yes, let us mess up Estinian's day with delightful spices. The spicy curry has left you slightly flushed and set your heart racing. Whatever challenges await, you are ready to face them head on and with feeling. I wonder if that message changes depending on which kind of curry you take. And it has actually given us... it has given us a buff. Or a debuff. I like that. That's a nice little touch. It's not going to last very long. Is it counting down? Spicy circulation, 12. Why 12? No, 22. I'm entertained. I did not expect so many to take up the challenge, but I am glad to see everyone enjoying themselves. They were unconscious. I'm satisfied. Welcome back. Master Estinian, yes, he has returned to his chambers. I shall be happy to escort you. Yes, let's go and gate crash Estinian's place.
Estinian, are you there? We've brought something for you.
Is he half naked?
Enter.
He is. Of course he is. Fan service! They know exactly what they're doing with this scene. The hair.
Good masala from the Mehane.
Oh, it's pronounced Mahane, is it? Oops. I've been pronouncing it wrong for over a year. Mehane.
Masala, eh? I prefer my squid dried. But I'm sure it won't disappoint.
Oh, the shadows on the hair.
Idle as I am in our sorceress's absence, I see. I can't offer much in the way of entertainment, but make yourself...
The certain facet of the FF14 community would disagree with that. 0. 0. 0.
Shall we disrobe as well?
No. We simply caught our friend unprepared. He will make himself presentable at once.
Much to the disappointment of much to the disappointment of many a fan, I am sure. Oh, he's got his vagabond gear on. It's kind of a shame there's no physics on the tassely bits on that.
At last.
Oh, hi.
For you.
Just realised that I've managed to twist the light towards my face rather than the green screen, so I'm glowing. Hi, Stola.
My
Chloe for the
friends,
kitty?
Tell me, were you able to devise a way to return to the 13th?
Yes, we're going to use the big portal pit on the moon.
I believe so. It required a visit to the moon, where I took the opportunity to enlist Orionge's assistance.
And the Loporits?
Ishtola hath told me all. I should be glad to help you free Ashdaya and put an end to Golbez's dark plot.
Does that sound like Urianger? Something about the way he speaks. Have they changed the voice actor?
If Rubicante spoke true, both
Stola's still the
Golbez
same.
and Ashdaya are on the moon of the 13th.
Yes.
Unlike here in the source, however, we have no means of making the journey from the surface of the star itself. The technology simply does not exist.
But we can go from the moon to the moon by means of a shattered remnant of Zodiac. Maybe. I don't know.
Therefore, I propose that we employ a gate to deliver us directly to our destination.
Is such a feat possible?
No, but we'll hand wave it away. No, I've no idea. Clearly, yes, otherwise this is going to be a short patch.
Having once been a single hole, the source and its reflections share striking similarities in geography.
That would make sense. The question of whether the orbit of the moon is still the same, identical, especially considering the way, and I don't know whether they thought of this, the passage of time between the first and the source was mutable, which would arguably mean that the orbits of the moons would change over time and be out of sync. But hand waving.
And according to a certain someone who unceremoniously whisked us away to the first, the same locations across the worlds are intrinsically bound.
Ah, so it doesn't actually matter whether the orbits are out of sync. You know, point X/Y on the moon is going to be point X/Y on the moon of the 13th as well, assuming there's a landmark, I suppose, to anchor it.
All of which is to say, were we to pass through a gate on the source's moon, it should lead us to the moon of the 13th.
How handy. We're going to the moon again.
Of course, there is the risk of Voidsent gaining entry to our world. Thus did I decide to seek
On the moon, though, there's an army of Loporits to massacre them.
Both the
Through
Watcher and
creation.
the Loporits are aware of our proposed endeavor. While they are yet deliberating precautionary measures, they have pledged their full cooperation.
Because we need to make a reasonably significantly sized gate, don't we, if we're actually going to take Vitra with us.
You've been busy. I presume you've also found a way to open this gate.
Yeah, the swirly stuff. Nod.
Be it in Radzat-Han or Sharlayan, scholars have long cast their gaze unto the endless dark of the void.
Yes.
And so, with harnish insights to augment our knowledge, we have indeed conceived of a promising plan to pierce the veil. A plan I am confident will succeed, precisely because the moon is our stage. The
Motion
preparations will be
capture?
extensive, and we will require vast quantities of ether.
Unfortunately, we have it.
After all, our gate must be large enough to accommodate another great worm.
Yeah, well, yes, we need to bring 2 back.
My proposal entails delivering copious amounts of ether to the Tower of Babel in Garlemald. As you will recall, Fandaniel used the structure to destroy the Brand's imprisoning Zodiac. And we, in like manner, will use it to channel ether to the moon, and thereby open our gate.
Where are we getting it?
I see. Then we shall need someone on the moon for the necessary rituals.
That'll be Stoller and Uionje, one would think.
Just so, Your Excellency. I intend to head back anon for that very purpose, as well as to help devise our strategy to deal with invading Voidsent.
So they're going to stay here to protect the moon while we go through to the void to rescue.
Along with our lunar allies, we will once again require the assistance of your alchemists, Nidana not least of all.
Nidana, that's the name.
May I trouble you to serve as their escort?
He's been bored. He'll be fine.
Fine by me. The room was beginning to feel constraining.
For my part, I shall oversee the requisite tasks on the star. Might I prevail upon you for your assistance?
Yes, his voice sounds slightly different. I think it is the same actor still, but I don't know. Different recording setup, maybe?
If all are in agreement, then let us set to work.
Then let us. Where are we going to get all of this ether from, Stoller?
We'll open our gate, and we will stop Golbez.
God, the shadows. The new lighting engine cannot arrive soon enough. You know, I thought at one point that this was a reshade issue. It's not a reshade issue. It still happens when it's off. If you get that reference, you have excellent taste in video games. The Dark Throne. Very long fade black. Oh. Currying Favour. Urchin pasta made with real street urchins. Oh, no. Sea urchins. Yes. Melon pie. I never eat the food, so...
Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.